Okay. My name is Rebecca Carlson, and I'm a journalist. I write and edit for the Pensacola State student publication, The Corsair. I am here to tell you about one of my favorite topics, how journalism and the art of storytelling can alter your outlook in good and bad ways. The storyteller, that's me. As a journalist, it's my responsibility to tell other people's stories, but the most important part of journalism is giving this information in an interesting, entertaining, and accurate way. So that's me, except for I'm a female, not a dude. Okay, so think locally. To me, it's more important to consider the local impact versus the global impact. There's not really a whole lot I can do for Syrian refugees at this point, but what I can do is make an impact in my community. And one of the ways I can do that is by storytelling. And so I'm going to go over some of the stories. The Amateur Astronomers Association has partnered with the national parks for 40 years to provide stargazing events in Fort Pickens. This image was provided by Christopher Mills, who is also a presenter tonight. So thank you very much for letting us use that. Crystal Coast is a local band of 3 individuals with completely diverse backgrounds in music, but they've come together to collaborate and make something really amazing. I enjoy their music. You should check them out. They're also involved with other musicians in the area. Zweihander is how that's pronounced. It's German. Local Tanner was involved in a new tabletop RPG that they went on Kickstarter. They asked for $7,000. They ended up with $61,000 in 30 days, which was amazing. Curated Compassion is an event. It's an art and music event that's presented by Rick Kendall, who is another presenter here tonight. And so I'm not going to go into great detail, but I do want to say thank you, Rick, for involving me in everything. You're amazing. People check this event out as well. It's just really great. Okay, so one of my personal passions is Sightline. It's a reading service for the visually impaired or otherwise disabled. It's provided by WUWF. They read like the Pensacola News Journal every day for people who can't, so that the news can be shared with all. And I volunteer on Sundays, so if you wanted to listen and, in the morning, I'm there. Okay, so Philip Byram is a Pensacola local who dedicates his time to someone else's child, to being a big brother. So Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America is a great organization if you're looking to involve the next generation. And I'm sure what he's doing alters that child's perspective. Pachecocha, I think you may have heard of this, maybe, I don't know. But so again, I'm not going to go into great detail, but I want to say thank you so much for involving me as a spectator and now as a presenter. Marina has been a contact source for many of my stories, including open books, which I'll talk about later. So this slide is just for fun, really, but honestly, you do have to alter the way you see things sometimes to get a greater perspective. Also, I wanted to see if anybody could get it in 20 seconds. I know I can. And done. Okay, so principles of journalism. You don't have to read all these now, for sure. You can look them up. But they exist. They exist for a reason. It's our responsibility to make sure the information that you're given is accurate and not inaccurate. So this is the beginning of the bad news, literally the bad news. I want to talk about discipline of verification. Okay, so as a journalist, this is high priority, but it should be high priority for anybody who is involved in information. Social media makes it very easy to pass along bad information. And unlike Jack Nicholson, we can handle the truth. So this first news story is a false article. It's admittedly false. This guy makes money off of making false news and selling it. This particular article is on several platforms. ABC found this one and was like, no, we're not having it. So they took that one down. But if you had bothered to click on any of the information provided, it would have taken you to an actual ABC website, and you can see the differences. The logos are different, the URLs are different, but point is, not many people actually take the time to consider the source or fact check or, I don't know, test the validity of of what they're reading. Here's another fake news article where this guy tweeted about fake Trump protesters being bussed into Austin. Well, unfortunately, those buses were there for a software conference, and he did print a retraction, but the retraction only got like 25 shares versus the thousands that the original article did. This one is in regards to how fake news can motivate real crimes. This man walked into a pizzeria with an assault rifle based on bad information that the place had like a child abuse ring. Not at all true. There was just pizza there. Okay, so Google and Facebook have been under scrutiny recently, very recently, about their kind of facilitation of false news. So New York Times, Fortune, ABC, Washington, what's not there is Wikipedia. Thank you very much. Sorry. My point is, make your words count, make them accurate, make them meaningful. It's all of our responsibilities to make sure what we're passing along to the next person is truth and not just hateful ignorance and just, I don't know, just worthless. So don't contribute to the clutter. Okay, so if you want any more information about any of the articles or whatever that I've shared today, this is how to contact me. I'm also going to take the opportunity to talk about Open Books because I forgot to put them in here. Open Books, Prison Books Project, please check them out. They're another great organization doing amazing things locally for a global impact. Thank you.